Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Ryan Dyer, aka DJ HIGHDEF, and I was on that Emmy Award Winning Show on Netflix called Queer Eye. You might also know me as emceeing or DJing some of the biggest and best clubs in New Jersey. If you want to catch up or just see what's new, tune into my live interview with acclaimed radio personality Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. I'll see you guys soon.
Hey everybody, this is Nick Mayhew, 3-time gold medalist and 3-time world record holder, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5.
Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. You are live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio. It is about time. We've got a great overcast here today in the city of Las Vegas, where I'm currently at, but a big shout out to my team in Manchester, UK, and New York City. It's going to be a good one today, if not a great one. You've seen him before. He's got that Jersey personality from one Jersey guy to another. We've got DJ Ryan Dyer, a.k.a. known as DJ HIGHDEF, started as a DJ in the entertainment industry 20 years ago. Working and grinding through the industry was a challenge for him, but Ryan DJ'd at the strip club for 5 years, then finally made his break to the local bar scene. After years of hard work, he was now a DJ in every club in New Jersey. Jenks Club, Headliner, Harrah's Pool, Dusk, and Bar A, to name a few. Welcome to the stage, Mr. DJ Ryan Dyer. How are you?
I'm good, Steven. So blessed. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. As I told you before, like, it was one of those days, one of those nights, and I just decided to turn on Netflix, was going through, some of the shows and figured, like, let's go ahead and pick this. I don't keep up of every season with Queer Eye on Netflix, but I happened to, tap into season 5, which was the season you were on. And it was actually a great season. There were a couple great people that they had elevated, like you, and really open your eyes to see a greater perspective of who you are as a person, as a talent, as a man, as a professional. What have you done when it comes to the overall well-being with yourself since then? Because that was, about 2 years ago?
Yeah, well, we filmed it 3 years ago, but it aired about 2 years ago. And I've actually taken a lot of the personal, especially hygiene, taking care of myself, the way I dress, the way I carry myself throughout a day as well. I mean, the show was actually a very, very awesome experience that I didn't think I'd get, in terms of learning from them. Mm-hmm.
Well, I see that you're not coloring your beard anymore. I like the white streak in there.
Yeah, no, that was one of their big things, and I stopped that, and I said, you want to know what? Let me embrace my age. You know what I mean? Let me use it to my advantage. I have a lot of years in the game. Why not use that?
And here's the thing. I think you look younger. I really do.
Really?
I do. I think you look younger. I honestly believe that men, especially men that look very defined, like, you don't have an age look to you. You just have that Italian look, that type of look that is just very just seasoned in a way to where we know you're a man. All right. You're not a boy.
Right.
You look like a man that has grown into your own style. You remind me of someone that would be in Europe or on those really high-end beard commercials or oils or things like that. Like somebody working with David Beckham. That's what you look like to me. And I think it's very sophisticated.
Hey, if you know somebody with those commercials, Steven.
Well, you're moving in the right direction. You definitely have got great television presence. Were you scared at all? Like, were you nervous, or was it just natural for you to be in front of the camera?
No, you want to know what? I was extremely scared, extremely nervous, just because of knowing the opportunity that was in front of me, and actually being on TV and not knowing what goes on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? All of the camera work, and then bringing you to this direction, and then bringing you to a different room, and then having to, be on cue and not feel like you're going to mess up a line, which is not a line. You're just trying to be real so they don't have to keep taking it over. But you also don't want to sound stupid because it's being aired in front of millions of people. I mean, I know I MC and I'm in front of thousands of people every day, but not everyone's posting that on TV where millions of people are seeing it with what I say. If I mess up a line or mess up a word, it's not getting any no one's going to know. No one's going to see it. On TV, they are.
Do you believe that, and this is how I seen it, that there is some similarity to television, to being an MC, to being a DJ? Because you're in front of, you accumulate over time hundreds of thousands of people in these clubs. Right.
No, absolutely. I mean, it is similar because you are, you're thinking at the, you're trying to think quickly, you're trying to speak, and you're trying to motivate people at a moment's notice. You know what I mean? Depending on the song or depending on the reaction of the crowd. So, yeah, and you're an entertainer. I mean, we're entertainers. TV is entertainment. So, I mean, yeah, it definitely goes hand in hand. And after filming for a couple of days, you definitely get used to it. You definitely aren't as scared, especially after meeting the guys and the celebrity people that you're working with. Once I found out how genuine they were and how nice they were, it made me a lot more comfortable, because that was kind of my big skeptic going in was, all right, reality TV, let's see how real reality it is. Let's see how nice these guys, are these guys what they show on TV? And they were. I mean, that was what I was stunned with more than anything, with how genuine they were to everybody. Not just me, you know what I mean? To every person in the crew, please, sweetheart, can you get me a water? Not go get me a water, I'm thirsty. You know what I mean? Just the little things made me extremely happy with the experience rather than even just being on the show.
Have you considered or even auditioned or even contacted or stayed in contact with any of the guys from the show to move forward to get more possibly into TV? I can literally see you on MTV or something else on Netflix. Where do you stand with that?
I stay in touch with Karamo, but not of that nature, just more of a personal, nature, and just seeing how everything's going, quite frequently. Seeing what he's been doing with the TV shows and Dancing with the Stars and all that stuff. The other guys I have not stayed in touch with. Not because I just haven't reached out, or tried to. Karamo was someone that I felt a close connection with when I was on the show. And we wound up, exchanging information later on.
I'd strongly encourage you, and I mean this seriously, is for you to contact him and just let him know, hey, listen, I was just on a radio show on Power 98.5 with Stephen Cuoco, who's been working in public relations for over 30 years. He truly believes, especially with knowing this industry very well, to reach out to you, because this really is an emotional, psychological, has to do with self and identity, Ryan.
Right.
So, I mean, let him know. I mean, it gives, you permission in a very good way to be like, okay, here's where you helped me. This is a vision that somebody, once again, who's been in the industry for 30 years plus, that knows this business well enough, feels
right
that I'm ready and that I should reach out to you to find out, what do you think and how do you feel and what direction do you recommend that I go in to potentially pursue a stronger presence in television. I'm telling you, I would ask him.
No, listen, I'm going to as soon as we get off the phone.
Yeah.
As soon as we get off the interview. And you want to know what? That has been my downfall in my career, is the whole networking and the savvy business in terms of DJing and emceeing. I'm not the picture guy. I'm not like, I see somebody, hey, let's take a picture. Hey, even the people I've worked with and the celebrity DJs I've worked with, and working at Harrah's with all the celebrities they've brought through the door. I've never been the picture taker or the net. I'm like, listen, if they want to talk, we'll talk. You know what I mean? If you want to be friends, we can say hi. I come and I do my job. You know what I mean? That's how I've always been. And I do my job, and I do a great job at it. And that's why I stay at these places. So that has been a little bit of my downfall, is networking and asking people, like Karamo or other head managers, hey, get me in here. Like, let's go. Like, you know what I mean? So I've always found, like, in our industry, in the DJ industry, especially in Jersey, and this was a while back, not as much now, but people were swapping gigs and like, hey, if you let me work here, you can work there. It's like, in my opinion, it's like, no, if you want me to work at your place and rock your place and do a good job, you'll have me there. Not because I gave you a spot over here. You know what I mean? So it was, I just didn't like that part about the DJ world.
Do you believe that, because as you know, I'm currently here in Vegas. It
Right.
really is. It's no different than any other industry. Once it has a corporate vibe or corporate feel, the entertainment aspect is a bit lost. It's convoluted. And so your talent, no matter what you are performing, you're creating a mood, you're creating a vibe for other people in that moment. That's what they're investing. That's why they're paying the tickets. That's why they're spending money on exorbitant amount, for a cocktail. Here in Vegas, it's $25 for something you could pay $5. Just literally not even 5 minutes, going to town square that's still right up off the strip. Do you feel that more respect it has, come into the world of DJ and performing and event shows at these clubs, or does it still have that 1980s old vibe to it, to where there still is not enough growth and not enough personability, being more personable with the people you're working with and your fans?
No, I mean, I think it's definitely different, because I think the industry even now is different than it was even 3 years ago than COVID, because there's not as many businesses out there now. So the good people and the good people that are getting hired, they have the respect. You know what I mean? The respect is there, and people want to, and you talk to the right people. Like at Jenkinsons, I still talk to the owners and the bosses and the managers and all of that, and we have a great relationship. You know what I mean? And I believe it's the same at the other clubs and the other bars as well, where if you're good and you're good at DJing, or you're good at emceeing and you're good at your craft, you're finding work right now. But it's still few and far between, because there's not as many bars and clubs open because of COVID. And
it's still that way down there in South Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Like, I mean, well, where there's, just the Atlantic City is an example. I mean, there used to be parties every night of the week where at least we're good. You'd at least have one big party, you know what I mean? Or a good party on Monday, Tuesday, you don't have them right now. And like, so the good DJs that were out in Atlantic City, like the good DJs, they're pulling up every single job they can, you know what I mean? And there's only how many, clubs that you can go to, and there's a lot of DJs. You know what I mean? And that was another reason why I took the path I did for a while, was because I was hosting and emceeing at all of these parties and all these big venues, and I wasn't competing with anybody. You know what I mean? It was me. I'm the guy. It's not, there's not 50 million MCs out there. Not many people can do what I do. There are, but there's not many.
What do you feel is better, Ryan? Is it emceeing or DJing? Because here in Vegas, the DJs are also the MC. So there's not that split difference here in any of the clubs.
Right.
What is it?
Well, I think.
No, go ahead.
Well, I think an MC definitely makes a difference to a party. And I know some DJs, because they're out in front, to create more of an atmosphere. You're with the crowd. You know what I mean? Not necessarily completely in it, but you're with them, and they're seeing you and they're feeling you. So that's what I think about emceeing. I'd rather do what you're saying, DJ and MC. You know what I mean? At this point, I'd rather DJ and be like I've said to you on the phone before, is emceeing for me is kind of plateaued at a point out in New Jersey. There's not too many more places I can do or bigger parties that I can do that I haven't already done, unless I'm doing a concert venue and helping, you know what I mean, and helping a concert venue out. So for me, it's DJing and emceeing, especially if you're good at it. You know, I work with DJ Encore, and he's the Saturday night resident at Jenkinsons, and he's a savage. He's a beast. I work with him, but he doesn't actually need me to work with him. I help the party, obviously, and that's why I'm there. But he's a great DJ and MC, and that's why he's traveling and touring right now, you know, around the United States. You know what I mean? And he's got a Tokyo tour as well. So I think that's what would get you more recognition. That's what would get me further, is going back to DJing and MCing.
I agree. And I think you should.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh, I am. Yeah, I am. And I said that it was funny before we talked a week ago or so. It's exactly what I was thinking to myself. And this conversation we had was just the reassurance, like, yes, go after it. You know what I mean? That's what you need to do.
I believe, you know, especially here's the biggest thing. Everything is about image. You know, figuring, you know, several decades ago, you needed to have qualifications, a degree, experience, everything. Now, you don't need any of that. It's all about your name, because your name is copyright, it's intellectual property. Your name, how big your name is and recognize, your look and image, and how people relate to you. My recommendation is, yes, I believe that you still have a marketable look. I believe if you keep yourself natural the way you look now and be able to refine yourself is when you were on the show, you would be the complete package. Because most of the time, and here the thing, you know, it's about emulating and how people are going to relate to you. And I believe, you know, whether somebody is in skateboarding or they're in hockey or football or MMA, I believe you can attract various crowds from various age groups. But really, the number one thing I would say from a PR perspective is keeping it natural, no beard color or anything like that. You're doing a great job, but getting that refinement back, cleaning up that beard, having it the way you had on the show. Because I'm going to tell you, you looked even more youthful and more vibrant, maintaining yourself in that manner. And I'm going to say, you know, I understand my Jersey crew. I really, really do. However, what was done for you and how, and in a way of what you allowed to be done for yourself in those enhancements and those somewhat of embellishments or improvements is what's going to be needed in LA, Vegas, or even, you know, outside of this country. So that refinement is crucial. You have to be much more refined. And I'm going to honestly tell you to go back. Let me see here. Even the way you looked, I like the shirt, the promo video that you did for us and what we played before the show. You look incredible. I'm just going to honestly say to you, especially European DJs, they like that refined look. You have everything. If you lose the hat, style the hair, get that beard trimmed up somewhat the way that you had on the show, and have a little bit more of an elevated fashion, you're going to have a lot more assets to work with. The Jersey look, I'm going to honestly tell you, it not only doesn't work and would not work for Vegas, I don't really see how it would work anywhere else, because fashion statements and a fashion point, especially when it comes to media, they have a certain level of care that goes into image, reputation, and branding and partnerships. And your image works for South Jersey because you have you're near that laid back waterfront. But anywhere else, you got to get back to the way you were when you were on that show.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. Once again, it makes sense. If anybody knows New Jersey, it makes sense for waterfront down South Jersey ocean.
Right.
But
right.
in
Beach
order,
party, pool party.
yes.
Right.
But I would say that is the only thing that I feel that from a public relations perspective, as if you were a client that I'm representing, that would be something that would be required in order to move forward, because the fashion is what's really throwing it off. And you shouldn't hide yourself. The tattoos, your physique, just everything works. Just have to elevate the fashion and trim up that beard a little bit more. And I don't mean to call it this. I mean this with the compliment. I like the Santa, the Santa white in your beard.
Right. I take it as a compliment. Absolutely. And I appreciate everything. I mean, anything you say, even if it's criticism, I take criticism to heart, you know, where I want to change it. You know what I mean? Where it's not criticism, it's just helping.
Yeah. Do you still have that incredible suit you wore on the show?
Yes.
Do you? Yes. I mean, that
yes.
suit is fly on you.
Yes. Yeah. I have the 3 suits that they gave me. Yeah. Yeah. And a couple more.
Do you?
I mean, that's another thing with the show. The show did help me realize, like, you know, you do need to upgrade. You know, I was wearing the same things that I was wearing for 8 years. You know what I mean? Like the same tank tops, the same, like, I didn't buy new clothes. I didn't care enough, to be honest with you. I was working and make it, you know, where now, like, even though, like you said, I have the Jersey Shore, South Jersey look, I bought all new clothes. You know what I mean? I have other stuff too that are not that, you know what I mean? That are not Jersey Shore beach party. That's strictly, because to me, I take my job seriously wherever I MC, and every job is different. Or DJ, every style is different. You know, if I'm doing a brunch, yeah, I'm wearing a suit, you know what I mean? Or I'm wearing nice clothes and a jacket. You know, obviously the parties that I work at, it's a beach party. You know, I'm wearing beach attire and kind of stuff that stands out because that's what that party calls for.
And are you still celebrating drinking that mango Snapple?
Yeah. Yes.
I do my research.
Yes, I love my Snapple.
Do you have a drink from time to time? Like are you a scotch or vodka or whiskey, or do you not touch any of that?
You know what? When I do drink, I take shots. I'll take a shot here and there because I'm not the biggest alcohol guy. I don't like, I don't come home and like, hey, I need a taste of, I need a Corona. Or if I were to drink, I would have Coronas. That would be my beer of choice. And then, yeah, I drink like cherry bombs or vodka and pineapple juice. So I don't, I'm not the biggest drinker, but I will socially, obviously, with people and stuff. Or depending on the night, if I'm off the next day. But yeah, I'm not the biggest drinker.
It was asked what the best lesson you learned from the Fab Five, and you said the best lesson I learned from the Fab Five was to be me. I did not need to conform to what I thought was the world's normal. I make my own path and I live my own dreams, and that's okay. Is that still ongoing for you?
Yeah, and it's funny because you're saying that, and I see you reading it, and I have it pretty much word for word right in front of me. Yeah, that was the biggest thing I took from the show was to stop thinking, what even my family. I love my family more than anything, but I don't need to feel pressure. I can travel my own path. I can. If it's DJing till I'm 55, it's DJing till I'm 55. If I decide to get married in between then or after that, that's okay. You know what I mean? I don't have to, stress, because I was for a little while. Like, oh, my family's married. They're all, going to start families. And I'm out here, out till 2 a.m. on the weekends. You know what I mean? Like, I'm at, still, doing my thing. And I was okay with that, but in my head, I wasn't, because I didn't want them to look at me in a weird way or differently or look down on me. You see your high school friends, you see, with social media and all this, their kids are almost 17 years old, 16 years old. And I'm, I have a girlfriend, you know what I mean? So it's, so that was stressful. But yes, that's exactly how I feel today is and it's made me feel better over the last couple of years. I go back to think about that, like, no, Ryan, do you, be you, and go after all your dreams, because I'm not done yet. You know what I mean? I'm not done succeeding. Like everyone makes fun of me because I moved into this house, and as I'm fixing it up, I said, once I'm done fixing it up, I'm putting it up for sale. And they're like, are you serious? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if I could get more money for it and get a bigger house, then that's what I want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just stop. Like, I'm never content. You know what I mean? I like to work. I don't know what I would do without work. And, you know, I have goals, and once I reach them, I got more of them. I got more of them.
Have you ever been told, Ryan, that there's a difference between living for the moment and living in the moment?
Yeah, I've been told that before. Yeah.
The reason why I asked that is because one of the things I was wondering, because you have a beautiful home, and most people would love to live at a location of where you're at. And I'm not saying to not fix it up and sell it, but have you ever given and gifted yourself time to really sit and enjoy and truly enjoy what you have, what you've worked for, what you've accomplished, instead of in that current accomplishment, then also bringing in a future that doesn't exist? Because how can you really enjoy who you really are and what you've embodied in your truth and in your world as Ryan Dyer if you're bringing in a future that's not set? It's basically, you know, how can you really have something finished or something in completion if you're always living in the present, never really being in the past because it's done and over with, because you're also focused on the future? It's almost like you're constantly remodeling. But where is there ever the time for you to be like, you know what, I'm enjoying this Ryan that I am now. Let me sit with this Ryan before I develop another Ryan.
Right. I mean, that's a great perspective and way to look at it, because I mean, you're right. I haven't. I mean, to answer your question, I haven't had time. And I always say my time is my me time, and my time to enjoy myself is when I'm at the club, is when I am working at the bar. I haven't, in terms of my houses or whatnot, I haven't had time to sit back and really take in the moment, I guess you could say, and enjoy it. Not yet, at least. I mean, I know I said that I want to sell the home, but that's just in terms of, I have goals. You know what I mean? If I don't put it up for sale, like, yeah, I love this home and I hope to stay in it. My whole point was I don't stop. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, you know, it's my family, my dad. I don't think my dad will ever retire. We tell him, retire. You know what I mean? But we work, you know what I mean? And I've learned that at a young age. You know, you know, there was points in time where, you know, I was on free lunch. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen the struggle. I've seen my parents work their tails off to give us everything that we have and where we're at now. But that's where our work ethic comes from, you know, is seeing that. And I saw it and never wanted to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I said to myself, I'm not, you know, and when I do have a family, I will be secure enough where that'll never happen.
Oh, it's good. It really is good that you know what you want, what you don't want, and you're very clear about that.
Yeah, I am now. And to be honest with you, before the show, I wasn't clear. You know, it was a fight and a struggle in my head for a long time.
Is it anymore? Or are you more at peace now than you ever have been before?
Yeah, I'm extremely, extremely at peace. I'm with everything, you know, with my life, with the direction. And yes, since the show, I can definitely say that. I mean, obviously there's been points in time in my life where even in the past couple of years, you know, you find yourself in, not, I want to say depression, but depressed about certain things or certain events. But yeah, I mean, at this point in time right now, I am definitely at peace with work, with myself, with my decisions. you know, and the direction of my life, whether that's, you know, with my girlfriend, with moving forward, with any part of it, you know, with my home. Yeah, I'm very, very much at peace with my life.
I hear it. I believe it. And from the opportunity of having to have spoken with you before us, you know, getting ready for this interview, I'm really proud of you. And I'm saying that in a way to where I truly believe this, that you have been absolutely responsible in every decision for the best of what you know of, to live your truth, to be your truth, and to be responsible with the people that are in your life, and making sure that you don't bring somebody into your life or jump too quickly, too fast into a marriage or having kids until you know that you're ready. So I want to say to you that age has nothing to do with it. I see you as a man and a professional being responsible no matter how other people perceive it. You're doing your best to make sure that you take care of your business first without harm, so that when you do feel ready to be present in a marriage or a very strong relationship or becoming a dad, you're going to do it and be very present with great responsibility of having no regrets. And I believe when I have the opportunity of getting to know you and to hear you and to hear your truth, is you really are doing great to not have regrets. That's what I believe.
Right. No, absolutely. Absolutely. You're spot on, Steven.
I just sit back and listen.
Yeah, right. Well, you're good at it, obviously.
Who would you like to give a shout out to, my friend?
Well, I mean, I definitely want to give a shout out to my DJ friends, DJ Encore, my Jersey Jungle promoter, Tim, the owner of Jersey Jungle Juice. They're my Jenks promoters, headliner in Harrah's Pool. They're coming up soon, and we got big parties on Sundays. Other than that, my family, my girlfriend, and that's it before I get in trouble.
Well, don't forget the puppy, too.
Oh, my little Riley girl. She's actually sitting right next to me.
Oh, I love her. I almost was wanting to get one of those dogs, like a breed like that. But, I mean, I don't know about Riley, but they yip and yap at everything. You can fart and a dog will bark.
This one doesn't. I got very lucky where she's almost a mute.
Really?
She barely barks ever. Ever.
Oh my
She's
God.
Perfect. I got very lucky. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, because that is not like with that breed. That breed, they like to, yeah, because what are they, a terrier or Yorkie or something?
It's a Yorkie.
Yorkie.
Yeah, she's a Yorkie. She's a mini Yorkie or something. She's like 6 pounds. But yeah, my brother has a Yorkie and he barks. People walk in the door, barks. You know, you walk up the steps, barks. This one is just hanging out. I was staring. Like, all right. Like when she barks, I'm like, what's wrong? Because you don't do this.
Yeah. That's why I didn't get one, but I adore her. She is absolutely adorable. I take it, especially with you being down by the waterfront, you putting those jackets on her or any of those sweaters?
Yes. Yeah. Well, oh, yeah, of course. The jacket. She's got a life jacket, too, for the water.
Oh, wow.
When you come down and you stay here, you can see.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. It looks like it's going to be a great, great time. And why not? Show up, celebrity status. Let's do it red carpet style.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For all things Ryan Dyer, a.k.a. DJ HIGHDEF. Go to his Instagram at DJ HIGHDEF, DJHIGHDEF. Any other socials or any other plugins you want to do at this time, Ryan?
My Facebook is Ryan HD Dyer. My Snapchat is DJ HIGHDEF. So it's the same thing on all networks. Twitter is MC HIGHDEF.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being with us here today, Ryan. And yeah, I just had to take a moment and a breath with you because it's just quite interesting. You just never know what's going to happen. And most importantly, I want to thank you for giving me permission to be part of your life and to share my perspective with you, and to also offer not only suggestion, but reassurance of things that you were thinking about in your life that now offered confirmation to help you move forward and to take it to that next level. And I really believe that you're ready, because one of the things that stood out is in the scene when you were with your parents and you said to them that you're going to go into this full time. And we all know how things have changed, what the pandemic has done. But I don't believe you really had a real opportunity to do that.
Right.
But I believe you can now.
Right.
Does that help?
I agree. Yeah, no, Brian, Steven, I really, really appreciate this whole interview. Speaking with you, all your suggestions, all your criticism, everything. I mean, I've written it down. I've taken it all in. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be a part of this, to be a part of your show, the small part I am today. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hold the line. Thank you again, Mr. Ryan Dyer, DJ HIGHDEF. I'm going to tell you, he's one of the most popular DJs down there in South Jersey. You know, and real quick, where can everybody go and find you emceeing?
Well, for the rest of the summer, Jenkinsons in Point Pleasant, and headliner on Sundays in Neptune.
All right, there you go. What do they need to do? Do they need to get like tickets first? Do they got to call? Do they need to book online?
Nah, they could just show up. I mean, they can book online for headliner on Sundays. They can book online and get tickets. You can go to their Facebook page or Instagram. It's headliner. And Jenkinsons, you just show up.
All right.
But get there early if you come in on Saturdays, because there's a line by 10.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's like it here in Vegas too. You know, if you want to get in, even though everything doesn't start until like 1 or 2 out here, like you'll have like DJ Aoki or Zed or somebody, and people are showing up like 8 or 9 o'clock and thinking they're going to start at 10 or 11. No, they're not on. Or even like Cascade to like 3 in the morning. I'm like, what the hell? No.
Right. But unless you want to wait in line for hours, you better get there.
You know it. For all things Mr. Ryan Dyer, a.k.a. DJ HIGHDEF, go to his social media, head on over. One of my favorite spots I like to see what Ryan's up to is at DJ HIGHDEF, and that is his Instagram. We're going to have a new show this Saturday. We're going to have Resilient You with Alicia Pazzoni, Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific. We also to have another new episode with Catherine Swain on Catherine and Company. And she is on Sundays at 11. And then we have Let Me Tell You What Lady T with Tarelia Hoskins at 4 p.m. on Sunday. And that's 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific for Let Me Tell You What Lady T. All things Power 98.5 Satellite Radio. Download the iOS or Android app. You can head on over to power985.com. Click the bottom tick in the bottom right-hand corner. Send us your comments. If you'd like to be a guest on any one of our shows on Power 98.5, let us know. You can email power98.5radio@gmail.com or contact at power985.com. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you again. I'm Steven Cuoco. We'll talk next time.
Socials and let's connect.